Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing today? Hey, this is Gregory Wiles coming live to you from Houston, Texas, with his inspirational morning talk, man. For first-time listeners, I'm on Thursdays at 8:45 a.m. That's Central Time. That's our time here in Texas. You can calculate which time zone you're in. Yes, this morning I got some business to go and take care of, so I pull over here. I'm going to get this word out before I go and take care of my business, man. I hope everyone is doing good, and a happy Thursday to you guys. Hey, what I want to look at today, entitled this, Not Every Battle is Worth Fighting, Even Though You Are Right. Not every battle is worth fighting. So even though when you are right sometimes, you got to assess and the battle may not worth fighting. Let's look at this here from Matthew 17:24 through 27. Matthew 17:24 through 27. This is about the temple tax, right? It says, after Jesus and his disciples arrived in Capernaum, the collectors of the 2 drachma, or drachmae, however you want to pronounce it, the collectors of the 2 drachma temple tax came to Peter and asked, doesn't your teacher pay the temple tax? This 2 drachma or drachmae is a coin, it's money, right? And the guy asked him, does your teacher pay the temple tax? Yes, he does, he replied. So Peter replied, yes, right? When Peter came into the house, Jesus was the first to speak. What do you think, Simon? He asked. From whom do the kings of the earth collect duties and taxes? From their own children or from others? From others, Peter answered. Then the children are exempt, Jesus said to him. But so that we may not cause offense, go to the lake and throw out your line. Take the first fish you catch, open its mouth, and you will find a 4 drachma coin. Take it and give it to them for my tax and yours. So Jesus here, these men asking if he don't pay the tax. Peter replied yes, because Peter didn't even check with Jesus. Maxine Allen, good morning, good morning. Peter probably didn't even check with Jesus, but he knew his teacher gonna do the right thing, right? But Jesus was saying to Peter here, and he used this parable. When Peter came into the house, Jesus was the first to speak. What do you think, Simon? He asked. From whom do the kings of the earth collect duties and taxes? From their own children or others? So Jesus was telling Peter, we don't really have to pay this tax. We don't have to pay this tax. This is the temple of the Lord. We are large children. A king don't take taxes from his own children, right? And he asked Peter that question, from who to collect it? And Peter said, from others. Then the children are exempt. So God said, we're exempt from paying this tax. We should be exempt by law from paying this tax because we're God's children. But you know what? So that we do not cause no offense, go to the lake and throw your line. Take the first fish you catch, open its mouth, and you will find a 4 drachma coin. Take it and give it to them for my tax and yours. Who just joining us, we're reading from Matthew 17:24 through 27. So Jesus is telling Peter, look, we don't really have to pay this tax, but I don't want to cause no problem. So go and catch the first fish you catch and open his mouth. You're going to find enough money in there to pay me your taxes. So I'm looking to see the 2 takeaways I got from this that I can use to improve my life. It's a lot you can get from this. You can go and read it for yourself. Matthew 17:24 through 27. You can read it for yourself and see what takeaways you got from it. But 2 takeaways I got from this. God is telling us we need to pick our battles. Jesus is teaching us we need to pick our battles. Not every fight is worth fighting, even though you may be right sometimes. It's not. Beverly Gomes, good morning. Even though you may be right, every fight is not worth fighting. But Jesus was saying here, I don't really need to pay this temple tax, but I'm going to go ahead and pay it anyhow so that we don't cause any problem. So guys, even if in relationships, whether in what, sometimes you are right, but you got to know, this is not a battle worth fighting. Because remember, they were trying to trap Jesus, find Jesus, catch him in all kind of schemes so they can prove him wrong and they can have a reason to kick him out of town. So Jesus is saying, this is not a battle worth fighting. Even though if I pay this tax, I'm not breaking no law. I'm not doing nothing immoral. The money's going back to my own house because it's my Father's house. So this is not a battle worth fighting, right? So there's one takeaway I get from it. Jesus is trying to teach us, even though we are right sometimes, choose our battles wisely, right? We got a choice to choose our battles wisely. The next takeaway I got from here is that he knows exactly what we need. He knows exactly what we need. And Job 4:11 teaches us that everything under heaven belongs to the Lord. Everything under heaven. So everything here, and once we get understanding, we know it belongs to him. So we got to trust him, even though he gave us some instructions that may or may not make sense to us, like he telling Peter, go and catch this fish, the first fish you catch. Peter have to be obedient. The first fish you catch, open its mouth, and it got enough to do what we need to do right now. So this telling me I could go out with confidence, knowing God knows everything. He knows where everything is. You praying for financial breakthrough, you praying for healing. He knows where we can get all of this stuff from. He knows that there's a fish right there. The first fish, it got everything we need. The fish might come in form of somebody. The fish might come in form of a job. The fish might come in form of the fish can be representative in life in any different thing, any way you can get our breakthroughs. And what we're praying for, the prayers could be answered in different forms. That's why he said, my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. Don't limit him. Don't limit him. And he said, like the last talk I did on Sunday, seeing creates doubt. Don't worry with what you're seeing in front of you. Seeing creates the doubt. Hearing is what's going to give you faith. So faith comes by hearing, right? So in this case here, you may get some instructions that may or may not make sense to you, but you got to trust him. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about, right? So this is the two takeaways I can get from it. You could go and read it and see what you get from it. But I'll read it again before I close, and then I'm going to close with a little story. After Jesus and his disciples arrive in Capernaum, this is Matthew 17:24-27. After Jesus and his disciples arrive in Capernaum, the collectors of the 2 drachma temple tax came to Peter and asked, "Doesn't your teacher pay the temple tax?" "Yes, he does," he replied. When Peter came in the house, Jesus was the first to speak. "What do you think, Simon?" he asked. "From whom do the kings of the earth collect duty and taxes? From their own children or from others?" "From others," Peter answered. "Then the children are exempt." Jesus said to him, "But so that we may not cause offense, go to the lake and throw out your line. Take the first fish you catch, open its mouth, and you will find a 4 drachma coin. Take it and give it to them for my taxes and yours." Right? So I'm going to finish with this little story. This guy was fasting and praying for a financial breakthrough. This is to prove that God knows where everything is. He can hide the money, he can hide your sickness, your healing, anywhere you can get it from, right? So this guy fasted and prayed for a financial breakthrough. And after he done do that, like the very next day, his house burned to the ground. And he was like, "God, I'm confused. I'm praying for a financial breakthrough. Instead of you increase me, you decrease me. You take my house. I don't understand." And when he went to build back the house, as they was digging to lay the new foundation, there it was, a whole bunch of treasures was buried under his house. So not only that he had enough money to build back a better house than he had a lot of extra money to do the things that he wanted to do and help God's kingdom. So when we think God is decreasing us, he's actually increasing us. That's why he said, don't lean on your own understanding. Don't lean on your own understanding. His ways is hiding our ways, and his thoughts are hiding our thoughts, right? So that's the ending part of the story I get, and I'm going to take this to improve my life. You could go on and see what you get to improve your life, man. Have a great, great day, and we'll talk again next week. All right, bye.